Well, this is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and anybody who's watched the channel for very long knows that I have a few Kobold watches. Of course, I started out with the Seal when they first came out with that, and it's served me very well. I had to have the crown kind of redone on it one time when it got cross-threaded, but that's probably my fault. Of course, then I got the Spirit of America, the Seal is an automatic watch with the ETA 2824, made in Switzerland. This is a mechanical, which means you wind it, 17 joule movement in it, and of course decorated. Now that's the Spirit of America. Of course, it's made in Switzerland. This is the polar diver or something like that, and it's a Soarway diver, the polar diver, of course, 50 atmosphere dive watch, which is 500 meters, somewhere around there. And now the newest watch, which I showed on video the other day, their entry-level watch, which is the Kobold Soarway diver. Now, of course, this watch, Kobold, you know, we understand their experience with expeditions, this, there, the other, Mount Everest, Sir Randolph Finney is one of their ambassadors, as they say. And, of course, it comes with just a basic watch box, is the one they sent me because I got a kind of a deal on it, and 2 screws, and then the punch for taking the actual bracelet off of it and getting the, removing the actual... after you remove the screw, taking the barrel or whatever the hell it is through there. Anyway, it's the bar that holds the bracelet on. This one, of course, comes on just a canvas bracelet. If you pay full price, you get a rubber one. This is the 20th watch of these that they have made. Of course, it has different types of... It has both Roman numerals and Arabic. And you can see me in the thing. Hello, everyone! Of course, it has a date on it. And, of course, this one was tested by the Navy SEALs, like most of Kobold's designs, this, there, the other. One significant piece of information about this one is it's actually made in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You can see Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania right there, and 500 meters, and you can see me in the camera very well in that domed sapphire crystal. That's just slightly domed, very thick. The dome gives the sapphire crystal a lot of strength, because unfortunately sapphire is so very, very hard that it fractures quite easily. It's very scratch resistant, but because it's hard, just like a knife blade, it's very brittle. So you dome it and make it thick so that it resists fracture. The bracelet is held on, of course, with 2 barrels and 2 screws, and of course mine is whatever the hell that means. I guess that might be the model number or something. And then there is this serial number. Mine is number 201020. Well, my experience with this watch from the very beginning is basically was a little tarnished. When I received it, it was missing one of the screws, and that held the bracelet on. The barrel was still there, but the screw was missing. So I called Kobold, and like you would expect from anyone selling a $2,000 watch, they sent me 2 new barrels and 2 new screws, because there may have been a problem with the barrel. I, of course, have put the screw back in, and it's my fault. I didn't check the upper one. So when I went to go make this video, the upper one was actually missing also. So apparently the person just didn't screw them in. I'm going to actually find out. I didn't replace the barrels, or whatever the hell they are, just because I want to know. If I torqued it correctly, this, that, or the other, will they fall out? I wanted to really like this watch, and I do like the watch, but there is a marked difference in the quality from their Swiss manufacturer to their American manufacturer. And of course, any time you start a company in a new country, this, there, or the other, there is going to be a difference, because people have to be trained, people have to be this, there, or the other. They've done a really good job. Of course, this has a Swiss ETA 2892 A2 movement in it. And I was going to take it off of the strap and actually take it apart, but I seem to realize now that I can't do that because there's really no way of grabbing this case back. Of course, it's a screwed in case back supposedly, and that would really be the only way they would be able to get the water resistancy. Then I realized they changed it back when they did the Arctic Diver. The Arctic Diver also has no grooves in which to grab it and remove the case back like this one. I'll give you an example right there. Normally you'd be able to grab that with a case tool, and this is one from Beyond, and it's called the Jax, and remove the case back. Of course, put it in the proper case holder, and of course I use this one from Beyond also. It's a nylon job, and so it doesn't scratch anything, and it's for larger size cases. And this is actually a Beyond. Let me hold it. Of course, made in Switzerland. Let's see if we have the number on it. No, we don't. Anyway, so that's basically my experience so far with this watch. It has come apart twice. First, when I received it, it was already apart, and then it's come apart again. More than that, though, this movement may possibly, and I can't actually quote on this, there might have been some pooling of the lubricants, because I couldn't get this watch, even though this watch is fully wound, to stay operating. And I'm going to do quite a few tests on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a winder with the winder off and see what its power reserve is. And then I'm going to also check its accuracy. Then I'm going to set it in the winder with the winder on for a few days, and then go back and maybe after a week check it again. But it now has more ability to keep time. By its inability to keep time in the beginning, it was run for a very, very, very small amount of time. Like in 6 hours, it would lose 3 hours. Or half the time. Now it is pretty much right on after about a week's wear. But that's something you would expect if you bought some new old stock. This unfortunately is a new watch, and I don't exactly understand why it's doing that. Because when I wind it mechanically, because you can wind this watch manually, I hear the actual spring slipping. And the only time that clutch usually activates is when the watch is fully wound, so that you can't overwind a watch. Anyway, this is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and I wish I could tell you it was a good experience. I don't exactly understand what's going on in America right now as far as our quality control and our understanding of quality, but this has unfortunately been another experience that I believe that American people right now are under so much financial stress that they're going to any length and to throw out a product, and their attention to detail and quality control, like they used to have, unfortunately is falling by the wayside. Basically, we are racing to the bottom. Anyway, that's my basic thoughts given the products and the quality control and everything else that I have experienced as of late. This is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and have a good one.